to support.
That's an interesting thought. Oh, what?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Let me out!
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Xpree, and we are going to be doing some more bucket endings today. The screen that you see right there is supposed to say the Stanley Parable 6 Forbidden Cheese. And it's not, because I guess because I redid the Stanley Parable 2 and then the narrator picks up the Stanley Parable 2 title, and now
his co-workers were gone.
Now it's just broken.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley cradled the bucket.
We're gonna cradle the bucket in a gentle embrace to see some great endings. We have a couple more to go. That is what we're gonna be doing. I think the first one that I want to see is...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now.
I know we have the normal ending.
Perhaps his
I don't know what the normal ending holds.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the
bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Goodness. Okay, so we've done all of this. We've done the escape pod, so we don't need to try that. Oh, I want to see what happens when I put this in while he's talking still.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
I guess he doesn't care if I put it in too fast, so that's why. Okay, we've already done the press conference. I'm gonna go down. So there's the escape route, there's falling into the hole route, and there's turning it on and off. And I have no idea if those buttons do anything in that room where
the elevator raced downward,
you're gonna blow up
plummeting
stuff.
Towards an unknown fate.
Let's see.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
If not for this bucket, I don't know what I would do.
Reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
I will be all right.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you, narrator. I'm so glad you gave me this bucket. I don't know what I'd do without this bucket. This bucket is my friend.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large
and we went to the escape.
Read, Mind control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket
and the bucket.
Death.
I don't know, narrator. This bucket has kept me safe.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No. We keep going.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
I don't know. Come along, Mr. Bucket. Let's see. What's down here? Oh. Gonna say an infinite hole. Okay. Oh, we're still here. Still here. Maybe if I don't look, it won't be that scary.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise,
never
Stanley
mind.
reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself.
I guess you have a point there.
He sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
No. Please, other. Oh, she's still here.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator.
Yeah.
As Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Oh my.
In a single visceral instant.
Do I still die?
The bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
The bucket's life? What happened to Stanley lived? Stanley lived. Stanley lived to tell the tale.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket.
Honestly.
It's true that all buckets
are
radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
It really was. It had a sticker on it. Look at it. We have a whole thing here for the bucket. Welcome. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. I have air stuck in my stomach and I'm burping. I'm very sorry. You're standing precise as a knowledge much like a bucket itself, though human mind is frequently empty within a carnivus void. But through the use of the exhibit, okay, I can't English. Change lives, or will you turn a blind eye? Oof. I don't know. Hey, look at the bucket. It lives. At least I think that's
Can
the
you
bucket.
see how arrogant it
goodness.
was for Stanley to take a bucket like
25
this
buckets.
and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the
That looks a little
bucket
more than
is
25.
far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
I mean, I guess a bucket with two handles. I saw one of those in the madness ending. Where's that bucket going? Is it just ascending? What is this? Inferno bucket, a replica of the Inferno, which is a medieval era. I can't pick it up. The stress bucket analogy. Presented without commentary. Well, I guess it's presented without commentary. Not gonna add anything there. No, which way are we going? Okay. Cave jaunt. Oh, okay. Man, these dudes are jamming with the bucket. How they make a bucket?
No man can own a bucket,
Oh.
and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
Oh, okay.
It is
I guess.
man who should kneel before the bucket.
Oh, the hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more than that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Give me the bucket. Oh. I guess Stanley can float.
But there is something we can do.
What is that?
Something we can do together, you and I,
What
that
is it?
will right this terrible wrong.
Oh.
Let Stanley die.
Let Stanley
him be
die? Oh
crushed
my
by the
goodness.
machine. Don't reset the game.
Oh.
Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements
Oh
if
my
only we
goodness.
let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Oh my god. So in the first ending, when you go down the escape route, she tells you to pause the game and just quit. And this one, she tells you to die. It's kind of funny. Okay. All right. Cool. I like it.
All
I
of
like
his
it. I wonder if there's
co-workers
any.
were gone. What could it mean?
So
Stanley decided to go to
in
the
the
meeting
first Stanley Parable,
Stanley's
there is
bucket,
a
the
chance
only
that you
co-worker he
can
would
get
ever truly need.
a like
Stanley clutched the bucket
super
tightly to his
random
chest
rare ending,
and entered the door on
like
his left.
omega rare ending. That like at the two doors, you like it is just. It's something completely
Still
different
no
instead
one was
of
here.
going through this.
Stanley needed the bucket's
I don't
warmth and
know.
comfort now more than ever.
I don't know if
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
You can
Coming
get
to a
something.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
that.
upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't know. I mean, I could definitely check to see if people online have gotten something.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was
Alright.
once again stunned to
We're gonna see
discover
what
not
this
an
full dialogue
indication
is
any
of
human
us just
life.
standing and enjoying ourselves.
Crushed
I'm
by
gonna
the
try
weight
and
of this revelation,
drink
Stanley
something.
may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing
Thirsty.
presence of the bucket. Even
Oh,
now,
breaking
in
down
his
with my
darkest of
bucket.
hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always.
I
The
don't
bucket
know.
would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
This bucket died
At
last
this point,
last
Stanley
run.
was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind
Not
the
at all.
boss's
I
desk.
did not notice.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was
It's
2845.
Yeah, no, I did not know that. I was observing this well-managed library of books, many books, as you can see here.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was
Oh
useless,
my.
since he could never possibly know
Aw,
that
did
the
they just
combination
use-
was 2845.
They just used old dialogue. No, you can tell it's old dialogue. What is this?
2845.
What if I push in one button? What if I guess it wrong? Nothing? Oh.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And
So
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
They didn't add an extra dialogue there for doing that. That's a bit sad. Kind of wanted him to be more irritated. Upsetting. Anyways, we got ourselves some lovely more dialogue down here. Hopefully, better be more dialogue, darn it.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read
The
Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Okay. You know what? We'll try out one of the. We'll try out
The
one of
lights
those endings real
rose
quick.
on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
I don't know.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yeah. Well, we'll do that ending. We'll do that ending for sure. I just want to go ahead and get back here and do these two.
The
turn
monitors
on and
jumped to
off.
life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Does 216
Everyone
pop up?
in the
Oh.
office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea
Where's
pigs.
216 at? Go back.
The bucket had never seen anything like
Why
this,
did the sound
and
go
it
off, but
very
it didn't
nearly
change?
burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently,
There,
reassuring it that
216
everything would be fine.
is down there. And 234. I never figured out what 234 is.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
I don't
What
know.
kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
I don't know. It has a sticker
These
on it though.
questions raced furiously
Maybe
in
it wants to have
Stanley's
stickers on it.
mind.
Maybe.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
No.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Never. Never. Not me
Squeezed
and
the
my
bucket
bucket.
tighter. His one friend
I
in
wonder
the
if you
entire
could,
world.
if you were able to
At
place
this
this VR,
point,
just
he could
squeeze the
trust
bucket.
no one
It just flops out of your
except the
hands.
bucket.
I don't remember this red light here the whole time. Was it there? I don't know.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
Wonder-
emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
I wonder if any of these
Walking,
buttons do
eating,
anything.
working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
I don't know.
And as the
Alright.
cold reality of his past began
I,
to sink
by
in,
nature, like
Stanley
doing
decided that this machinery would never again exert its
Doing the
terrible
very
power
opposite.
over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
That's crazy.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the
Oh.
controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
The
Had this
bucket.
been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this?
How could you?
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust
Throw it away.
when
rid of
suddenly
it.
an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh,
Birds. Silly birds.
silly birds.
The control buttons became active again.
Oh. I like this silly bird. Oh. Oh.
Stanley
Look at the silly
flipped through
birds.
one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
It wasn't.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds
Look at
all
'em.
over the world.
They're so they got
The mind
mustaches.
controls were only a facade to disguise
That dude
its
got
true
a
intentions.
nice little fro.
Had the bucket known this all along?
I don't know. Did he?
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands.
Genius.
The one who had pointed him towards
Penguins.
this incredible
I love penguins. Oh my
Stanley and the
god.
bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Oh my
Of all
goodness.
the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
Surely was the
And
best.
Stanley was happy.
Ah, thank goodness. That's great. I love that that we did that. All right, now to see what happens when we turn it off. Okay, we're gonna turn off this thing now. Oh, okay. Goes completely black.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
It's not dark.
Was it over?
Interesting.
Yes, They had done it.
We've
Stanley
done it.
and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed
What was
themselves
it?
from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away.
Get me out.
Excitedly,
I wanna see.
the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they
Oh.
stepped through this massive door.
You know, I would
The
love
bucket
to.
wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley
What?
wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
What?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived
Watch it
together,
in reverse from
with
the
one
end.
another to lean on, to trust, to
That's
support.
an interesting thought. Oh. What?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Let me out.
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Oh my.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty,
Let me out.
until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
What is it?
This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh. Hey.
Even the facility itself recognized the
Oh
incredible
my.
calming presence of the bucket.
Bring
needed
it
the
down.
soothing
No.
warmth of the bucket.
No, it's
It
dark.
really lends, not the part
It's
of the
gonna
bucket.
get dark.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not
No.
while he has such a precious bucket in his
Oh,
arms.
my.
Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room.
No.
But at least he has the bucket.
No.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad.
Never mind, I
Stanley
guess it's
thought
not
to
so
himself.
bad.
As
It's
long
pretty
as
bad
I have
to
my
me.
bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Find out what? Find out what? Oh my goodness. An ambiguous death ending. Okay. And now the last bucket ending that we will get inside of the Stanley Parable, at least for a bit,
All of his
because
co-workers were gone.
the other
What
last
could
one
it
I have to
mean?
get is the 4-hour
Stanley decided to
baby
go to the
pushing
meeting
button.
room. As Stanley lifted his bucket, he
is
felt a
going
connection
down
with all
into the
buckets
hole.
everywhere.
So I'll see you
This
when I get to the
adventure, he
hole.
decided-
Okay, we've made it here and we're gonna be going down the hole now. So we're just gonna get up on here and get, well, we'll turn on the lights, might as well.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
and-
screens. What horrible
Let me up
secret
here. All right,
did this
there we
place
go.
hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered, but just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
I just tripped.
Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which
Oh.
safely cushioned his fall.
Wow, that sounds like
Now,
it hurts.
What to do next? Stanley wondered.
Uh-huh.
Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Makes sense. Oh,
So they set up a little couch and
Oh.
relaxed.
Oh.
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps.
yeah. Did you put in a heater?
After some
Oh.
time had gone by, they
There we go.
installed a few shelves as well.
Yeah, there
and
we
a sort
go.
of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving
I
paninis.
like the wait, what? The bucket craves paninis.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that
Ah.
it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all.
Nah.
He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility.
There's no mysteries.
This lack
Talk
of
lie.
closure began to eat at him.
Uh-oh.
Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Oh.
It unsettled
Oh my
the
God.
bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
The bucket.
All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again,
Doing
staying
it over
on
again.
the path.
Oh my.
It
You
was
don't
a
want
mistake
to.
leave the
No
path.
mug.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
The true
This
ending.
made no sense
We've already
at all
seen
to
it,
the
Stanley.
bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley
But no,
was
we
unconsolable.
need to go back to the
This
top.
isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we
it's an
accept
ending
the
in my
reality
heart.
of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Yeah.
It's what the bucket was counting on.
And it is an
The
ending.
two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh, never mind. I guess the ending never came. It's kind of funny if it just stood as a black screen forever. It's like, and they kept waiting and waiting. All right, but that is all of the bucket endings. I believe I hit every spot and corner of this game with all of its endings. The last very one that I do need is the baby pushing button for 4 hours. And that's gonna be a long time. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed all the endings and the narrator interactions and just how wacky and silly that the narrator is when you get to do whatever he says, or not what he says. I just remembered there is one more ending I haven't got. Damn. I have to feed the bucket to the bucket destroyer. Dang it. Okay. I'll make sure to get that one while I'm doing the baby 4-hour button pushing run. Ugh. Maybe I'll do that one when summer starts. I have classes still, and finals will be coming up soon. So I have to sort of put my focus onto that, but it won't be too bad. But if you made it this far, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I hope that you're enjoying your stay here and you'll enjoy more XP content. What is basically me just playing video games. Yeah. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye. I don't know why I don't know what to say. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Oh my.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
What is it?
This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh.